Happy quarantine. So I have been asked multiple times to start making cooking videos again, and this one is her favorite soup. So I figured I would show you how I make it. It is the copycat Olive Garden Zuppa Toscana. So it's just a little lightened up version. They use like huge chunks of potato, and I don't like huge chunks of potato. So I've actually done some substitutes, but here we go. So the first step is to brown up the Italian sausage. So I use sweet Italian sausage. If it likes it spicier, you can use hot, whatever you want. But sweet Italian sausage, I added some fennel seeds to it just because I like it a little bit. I love the flavor of fennel, so I added that and chopped up some onion, and I'm just sauteing that. You see, I like pushed all the sausage to the side. I'm just kind of making it before it was done. I'm just made a little hole in the middle to put them all together, but you can remove the sausage if you want, do whatever you want. I'm just having to try to do this quickly. Over here, I have two red potatoes that I chopped up, just little small dices. It's actually two pieces right there. Just chopped them into small dices, and some fresh garlic that I diced. And then this is a bag of cauliflower rice. Now you can use fresh cauliflower if you have it, but this is just as good. And actually I had it in my freezer, so you know, quarantine. Okay, so now I'm going to add in my potatoes and garlic to the pot. I'm gonna brown your onions or garlic or even the potatoes. You just kind of want to sweat them out the same way if you were making clam chowder. You would do the same thing. You don't want brown bits in there, so because you want it to be a nice white pretty soup. So I'm just gonna sweat that out for about 5 minutes or so, and we'll be back. I've also ground in some salt, and I like to use the Himalayan pink salt just because it has a lot of nutrition to it, and ground pepper, and just put what you would like. Like I did about 2 turns of the salt just because I don't want it super salty, and I can always add it in, but I can't take it out. The pepper I did about 4 or 5 turns. They're nicely sweat down, and now I'm going to add the cauliflower. The cauliflower is added in as well. And now I'm just going to add some chicken broth. Chicken broth in. I'm just gonna use the whole thing. And actually, I may wind up using 2. Let's just see how much this actually covers. You can always add some more in later if you need to. I start with 1 and then just let it cook, and then if I need to add more later, I will add some more later, which I probably will. But this is a rather thick soup. I am not a super fan of thick soups. Like I prefer thin soup, like Rhode Island style chowder, as opposed to that weird super creamy thick clam chowder. So, you know, yeah, this is definitely gonna be a little too thick for me, but I'm gonna add some more in just a little bit. I'm gonna let this cook for a little while, just till it kind of all comes together. So about an hour or so on low. Okay, so there it is, nice and thick. It's been on for a while. I'm gonna let it come to a boil and then turned it down to low, so it's very low right now. So now what I'm gonna do is take about 4 cups of this and put it into my handy dandy blender. Which by the way, let me say, if you do not have a blender and are looking for a good one, this one is spectacular. It is the Cuisinart. It actually is a soup maker. So you can, if you're making a small amount of soup, just make everything right in here. It's great for like butternut squash soup or anything that's gonna be completely blended. But it literally makes anything, or if you're just making a small amount. I used to make it all the time. I mean, use it all the time when it was just Josh and I, but now I make more. So anyway, I'm just gonna turn it on and blend her up. Get it nice and blended. All right, it's all done, and this is why I also love it, because as opposed to your regular blender that you cannot put hot stuff in because the top will explode, this one does not, because it's made for hot things. So I'm just gonna add that back in, and look, it looks like cream, but it is actually just the soup that I've blended up, so it gives it that delicious creamy consistency without having any cream in it at all. Yeah, save those calories, because let's be real. I know we're all putting on a few all during this time. Maybe not all of us. I'm sure my cousin super did not, because she's like super healthy, and some of my other friends who are on their
health kicks. But anyway, so look at, I mean, it's spectacular. So now I'm just gonna chop up some kale and throw that in, and it's basically ready. Just kind of stir it in. And if you want to add in a splash of white wine, you can do that. If you want to add in some cream or some milk, you can do that. It's kind of up to you at this point. So that's it. I'm just gonna let it simmer on low, and then I will serve it with salad and some garlic bread, and that is dinner tonight. So there you go.
So that's it. I hope you enjoy your soup. It is freezing outside here in Kentucky, but if there's anything that y'all would like me to make or show you how to do that you can think of, then by all means, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. But in the meantime, have a great night.